So we are here today representing UCLA's Teochew Association to highlight inspiring Teochew individuals in honor of Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And today our guest speaker is the Queen of Ling, Jenny Bui. Hi Jenny, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. How you doing, Elaine?
I'm good, thank you.
So for those who don't know you, could you give us a brief background about who you are and what you do and what you culturally identify as?
Okay. So I'm Jenny Bui. I'm the Queen of Bling. So I'm also Cardi B nail tech, and I'm also OPI ambassador. And I'm the winner 2-year American Influencer Award. So my culture, I'm Chinese, and I was born in Cambodia, and my parent is born in China, Guangdong. So usually my family language we speak Teochew. But I speak 7 languages myself. I speak French, English, 3 kinds of Chinese, Mandarin, Cantonese, and Teochew. And I also speak Vietnamese, Cambodia, and English.
Wow, that's really impressive.
How did you start your business?
So I start my business. First, I go to beauty school and I go to the hair school. But I thinking hair, I don't know, it's not my passion. And then I go to the different nail salon and I look at the nail. I say, oh, the nail look like it's kind of easy to do. And I go to my ex-sister-in-law's nail salon, work for 3 months doing pedicure, and I do my own nail, learn my own until my hand bleeding, everything. So after 3 months, I say, oh, I cannot work for somebody. I want my own salon. And that time I have only $3,000 to open my own salon, because back then, like 3,000 is mean a lot. So myself, and I work in my own salon for 2 years because I don't have money to hire anybody until I have a little money, and then I moved to Harlem, New York. So over there is the business is picking up a little bit, and I be there for 17 years, and then I moved to the Bronx. Now I'm in the Bronx almost 5 years.
Wow, so from owning your own business, what would you say was the most memorable part of your job?
So on my own business is kind of very hard. Like like you a lot of stress, and then like sometimes you do for customer and customer don't like it, and sometimes they do like it and they don't want to pay you money, and they still say they don't like it. Sometimes they just walk out without paying you money. And back then, like, it's a lot of Asian hate. I've been beat up sometime too back then, and because they always call me like Jenny from the bowl, and like it's very hard, like Jenny from the bowl, you want me to send back you to China? I keep telling them I'm not come from China.
I'm really sorry that you had to go through that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask, what was your process for coming up with like nail designs for each customer, and do you have a go-to source of inspiration?
So my inspiration is from my mind. Like, I look at the customer, how the way they wear and what they dressing, and the personality. And they tell me, Jenny, you can look at me, my nail, and tell me what you want to do and just do it, because it's a freestyle. Because every customer come to me, they don't pick the design. They just say freestyle it. So I just freestyle it.
Well, that must be very fun then to kind of tailor it to each customer.
Yeah, when you freestyle it, it's more fun than they pick the design and they show you the design. Oh, I want this one. And every design, everybody have the specialty. So everybody cannot do everybody design.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to some more Teochew-related questions. So how did you embrace being Teochew growing up?
So I really working hard for this 24 year. I have no day off. I have no vacation. I build my name up because I'm working hard and I'm really humble. Like, and you know why I be like this? Because I never forget where I come from. I used to be homeless before, and then now I get today. It means the world to me.
Wow. Did you grow up around a small or large Teochew community when you came to the US?
When I came before or come to US.
I guess both. Like, how large was your Teochew community growing
So
up?
before I'm in Cambodia, like back then, like we live a so good family. Like my mom and my dad, they make a living, good living, like sell soda and stuff on the street. That back then, sell soda on the street. That back then, she can support our family. Like she have 9 kids, and then we live so good. And then after the war came, and then everybody just split out and separate, and I don't have no shelter for so many years, from 5 years old to 9 years old. And then I walk without shoe all this year, and sometimes you can step whatever is like in the forest and stuff, like some wood you step at and you're bleeding, make your feet bleeding. I've been go through all this, and I've been go through like no food, no nothing, and we will eat anything. We will eat anything. So when I separate, and then we go to Thailand, when we separate and we go to Thailand, and then we go to the camp, and they say, oh, I'm gonna take you to the better camp. And no, they take us to throw us everybody on the mountain, and then we have to go walk down the mountain, and all those mountain is all bomb. And then we have no water to drink. We have to dig a little hole for the water to come out from the from the floor, from
Yeah.
yeah, like that. And then like I see 7 people, they fight for water and they die in front of me with the bomb. Lucky I didn't die, because I'm so lucky. And I see a lot, like thousand people die in front of me, and until they have maggot and stuff, I still had to deal with, like it's nightmare. It's a nightmare for me. 9 years old to see all this is really a nightmare. 8, 9 years old for see that.
Yeah, that must have been really hard to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a journey I think that a lot of refugees can probably relate to, or just immigrants in general, when they, sort of move to different countries, especially during times of war. But we wanted to move sort of onto Teochew language. Since Teochew isn't spoken a lot by younger generations anymore, what are your thoughts on how we can help future generations preserve it?
I think that new generation, whatever your family like speak the language, I think you have to follow the language, because sometimes it's very hard. Like it's very hard to understand like all English, and sometimes some parent is very hard to communicate with your friend mom. Sometimes your friend mom not even speak your language, does English, and then it's very hard for people that don't learn their own language. And just like my kid, they want to tell me something, like like secret stuff, and they cannot even tell because they don't even speak my language, and they want to speak in English. They don't want everybody to hear that. You understand? That is bad too.
I also wanted to ask, since you can speak multiple languages, do you ever like confuse words between Teochew and other languages?
So in the beginning, the English and the French, I get confused, but now no more. In the beginning, like I just learned English and always speak French to somebody because I learned my friend from Canada. And then when I come here, I always messed up. the French and the English, only maybe the first year.
Now we're just going to move on to some broader Asian American questions. So to celebrate AAPI Heritage Month, what would you like to highlight about your Teochew or other ethnic culture?
So I love the Chinese New Year culture, like give the kid the red packet and the kid was so happy, get ang pao, like the red packet is called Teochew, is called ang pao. So everybody, like every time, like the Chinese New Year, when back then, like I live in Vietnam, every Chinese New Year I have 5 outfits, because 5 new outfits. Because now this country, you don't really need new clothes. Like every day is your new year. Every day you get new outfit. If you think like, oh, I like this shirt, I can buy this shirt right away. But back then you cannot do that because we don't have money. Whatever the parent give you, like 5 outfits for a whole year, you wear that 5 outfits for the whole year until the end of the year, all the clothes is ripped up. So that means you need to change the new clothes. So it's New Year. So my favorite is New Year, Chinese New Year, Asian New Year, my favorites.
Yeah, I think a lot of us like ang pao too.
Yeah, I think it's your favorite year too, favorite holiday too, right? Ang pao.
Yeah, and especially eating a lot of food with
Yes.
family members.
Right, right.
Yeah, same for me. I always remember growing up and my family always got together and it was just really colorful, the colors that everyone would wear, like their new clothes. Yeah. So Jenny, how has your heritage shaped who you are today and what you value?
So I get today, I'm really happy, and I want to thank the world because they support me, and it means a lot to me. It means the world to me for everything that I own right now.
So, what challenges do you face as an Asian American woman in your field?
So I think be a woman, I think we have to work hard. Don't use man money, because I don't like to use man money. And when you work your own money and nobody can tell you what to do, that I want to tell other women to do.
Yeah, I really like how you kind of have this like hustlers mentality, like you work for yourself and make your own living.
You know what? Like when you spend men money, the men can tell you what to do. Like if you don't spend men money, you don't have to listen to that man. If they don't want, they tell you what to do. If you don't want to listen, you don't have to listen. Back then, men always make money for women, and our Teochew people and Asian Asian people. All the women have to stay home and cook and clean and make baby. No, not this generation no more. This generation, you have to hustler. I have to hustler myself. I'm not going to listen to nobody.
Wow, that's really amazing. I love that.
Okay, so now we're going to switch to asking some questions entirely in Teochew, just to learn some quick fun facts. And it's okay to mix in some English as well if you don't know the word in Teochew.
Okay.
Okay, ha nang khai si ta Teochew ơi.
Hola.
Vậy cái một tối si lúc hành si hạ trẻ mi con nhị tế.
Like lúc bắt cái chai coi bó.
Tạ.
And hỏi cho. Oh, the gai chai koi is the vegetable, like you cook and then you cook a little bit and you cut it and then you put on the plate. I think I have on my Facebook one. I'm gonna send you guys picture. So I make that, and that is from my generation and generation. So it's cold. It's like vegetable and cold chicken, and it's really good. So I can send you the picture. And then hỏi cho look like egg roll. but inside we put the the crab meat and stuff, and then we roll it with the hooky, hooky, like the beans curd, the thin
Yeah.
the thin one. Yeah, we roast that and we fried it. That is my favorite. So what is you guys favorite Teochew dish?
I think I like char kway teow or
char kway teow, yeah.
Or like bông quay or củ chai quay.
Oh my god, củ chai quay too is my favorite. Củ chai quay, my mom make the best củ chai quay.
I've been meaning to learn how to make it from my grandma.
You know what? Text me. I teach you guys how to make it. Because my sister teach me how to make it, and I finally get it.
Wow, yeah. I feel like it's really hard to learn actually, because I remember trying when I was little, but I would always get it wrong.
Củ chai quay is so simple to eat, but it's so hard to do. Hard, yeah, but it's so hard to work to make it.
Honey nang ai mong lơ chanh si chính hại gì cái cỏ.
Tôi hạ thìa tè có, tôi hạ thìa hạ thìa cóc ngữ co, quảng hú co, ho Cardi B.
Honey lơ chính hại cái Cardi B cỏ si cái cỏ.
Tôi hạ hi bầu lạc yellow cái hi money.
Honey lơ cái cha hạ bỏ mi cái sạch.
Bộ sạch à? Tôi hạ hi húng ăn sạch pink.
Honey lơ chính hại chẹp mi con chịu kem.
Chịu kem à? Oh my god, a lot. Tôi hạ thai có kem, tôi hạ hoặc nằm nang, tôi hạ hi năng tầng nang hi hot pot, hi dọn lâu. You know hot pot, right? Yeah.
Okay, and then word cái question si cái Teochew word lơ hạ chính giỏi honey lơ Jenny hạ chỉ cái word.
Lơ xèo à? I always say like lơ xèo à? You crazy? What is you guys word?
我写了我下金 and gold.
You
Gold.
like gold. 我下隻咪幾 I like to eat. Every time like we have free time, let's go eat. Cái隻mi幾.
I think for me, my favorite word would be right now, kakinang. Because
katinang, yeah. I like to say that word too, katinang.
Yeah, like in our club, we often say it too, like just when we're part of a family.
Like when I see Teochew Nang, I'm really happy because you hardly see Teochew Nang. When you see somebody Teochew Nang, you look like they are your family.
Yeah, there's this like shared sense of, oh, we kind of know each other.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with Chantel. I think it's not my favorite word because of how it sounds, but just because of the meaning.
Yeah.
It has a lot of meaning now.
Every time you see some Teochew, you always say "Ka Ti Nang." It's really popular word for the Ka Ti Nang. Yeah, and it's not really a bad word too, Ka Ti Nang. Every time hear Ka Ti Nang, they're so happy.
Yeah, one of our friends called it like a Teochew password.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, we wanted to wrap it up on that note then. Thank you so much, Jenny, for taking the time to share your story with us.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.